and Nicholas Riley. Soon you will learn all the boys have done to earn the highest award that a Boy Scout can earn. Let's begin with the flag ceremony and the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone please rise?
Please remove all non-scouting headgear. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. The non-uniform and over part, yet the uniform still salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. At this time, we would like to ask Elder Josh Wallace to do the invocation.
Good and gracious God, we ask you to send your spirit of wisdom upon these young men who serve you through their work in the community and the world, promising to help others whenever and wherever they can. Enrich these scouts and safeguard them always. Make them mindful to be men of honor, willing to do their best for you, our church, and our country. Let them be prepared to do a good turn daily and uphold the scout law at all times, even in the face of adversity. Strengthened by your blessing, may they always be thankful to you and bless you with unending joy. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Okay, it's time to introduce all the members of the scouting community who have provided guidance to Jeffrey and Nicholas as they have followed their Eagle Trail. As I call your names, would you please stand, and we'll hold our applause for after everyone is standing. I'd like to start with Tom Barthel. Tom is the charter rep for Troop 145, and he's a member of the sponsoring organization from this church, the Men's Club. Okay, and next, Steve Briss, who's a Scoutmaster from Troop 145. Greg Crow, Assistant Scoutmaster, Troop 145. Frank Edwards, Scoutmaster, Troop 150. Paul Jones. Where did Paul go? There he is. Paul is the committee chair for Troop 150. Cubmaster for the younger, the pack, is Lois Averill, and she can't be here tonight today because of an illness. But she sends her congratulations to you guys. And Tammy Riley was the den leader at the pack level, grades 4 and 5. And we have traveling from out of town, Unit Commissioner Steve Burrow, coming from Duluth, and Mary Hopkins coming from Aurora. And 2 scouters who traveled with Nicholas to the Jamboree in 2010, and that would be Brian Hopkins and Seth Hopkins. Have I missed any scouters?
Mike Hickey.
I don't see Mike.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, Mike. Mike Hedke, Assistant Scoutmaster, Troop 150. And I am Julie Joslin. I am the, committee chair for Troop 145 and the Assistant District Commissioner for the Northern Lake Lakes District. Thank you. By the power vested in me by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Jeffrey Clow and Nicholas Riley. Our first presentation is the meaning of the Scout Oath, which will be given by Eagle Scout Alex Brest, and now Assistant Scoutmaster as well, and Senior Patrol Leader George Crow.
On my honor.
Meaning your solemn promise, a promise that relies on your good reputation as to whether or not it will be carried out.
I will do my best.
Your best, what is it? It's giving it all you've got when you've got something to do and working on it with all your heart and soul and mind. All the strength and devotion you've got, then you're doing your best.
To do my duty.
To do the job, to meet the responsibilities, to do what has to be done, not just halfway, not just half a job, but completely and fully so that you're proud of your work.
To God my country.
Duty to whom? First to God, fulfill your religious responsibilities, uphold your religious beliefs. Second to your country. I know you have been told how lucky you are to live in a free country. I hope that you are aware of it. Being told and being aware of two different things, and I hope that you will soon be aware of the responsibility you have to your country, your duty.
To obey the Scout law.
Meaning to obey it, to follow it completely, not just halfway, and not just the first 6 points or the last 3 to every other one, but all 12 points at all times.
To help other people at all times.
To help. It doesn't say much. It could mean saving a life or changing a tire or carrying a bag of groceries. To help other people, not just family. And at all times, not just when it's convenient for you or when your Scoutmaster is watching, but at all times. At the first time is when you have to go out of your way to do it.
To keep myself physically strong.
Just what it says. Physically strong, ready to defend yourself, your scouting principles, your country.
Mentally awake.
Keep alert, observing, always trying to learn.
And morally straight.
In thought and actions, decide what is right and what is wrong, and stand by the right. So there you have it. And the next time you recite the Scout Oath, don't just say it as something you memorize, but say it as something you mean.
Okay, I see Jeff and Nicholas are in position. I'd like to invite Frank to the podium to explain the Trail of the Eagle.
Thank you. We're gathered here today to mark the end of a long journey, the journey up the trail to Eagle. 12 years ago, Jeffrey and Nicholas joined Cub Scouts. All through elementary school, they came to weekly meetings, and each year they advanced. Tiger Cub, to Wolf Cub, to Bear Cub. Then during 4th and 5th grade, they became first year and second year Wee Wolves. It was at this time that they experienced interaction with the Boy Scouts and got to do some camping and begin ready for the trail. Shortly after turning 11, both Jeffrey and Nicholas earned the Arrow of Light. This is the highest award in Cub Scouts. They will wear this honor even as an adult, but there was much more scouting ahead for these two. As a new Boy Scout, their first task was to learn about the scouting ideals, Scout Oath and Law. They became full-fledged Scouts and earned the Scout Badge. This new badge didn't stay on their chest for long. They quickly worked through the tenderfoot requirements, memorizing the Scout Oath and Law, going on their first Boy Scout campout, and learning basic first aid skills. They earned their Scout Badge. Tenderfoot. There I was. As they continued to be active in the troop, they learned about nature and orienteering and knot tying, among other things. They participated in a service project and a program about the dangers of alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. Doing these things and more earned them the second-class badge. Soon a year had passed. They had been on 10 campouts and many hikes. They mastered all the basic skills of scouting. This made them first-class scouts. At this point, they paused for a well-deserved rest. The path ahead was less clear than the path they had been following. Now they had to make some choices. Which merit badges to earn? What troop office to hold? Where to spend their service hours? With hard work and persistence, though, they made the decisions, completed the requirements, and earned the star rank. The next rank, light, seemed no harder than the star. They had already done most of the easy merit badges, so now they had to earn some of those which took more time. Jeffrey had a few unusual ones, it says here, and Nicholas earned a few of those which were more difficult as well. They worked hard as troop leaders, completed more service hours, and became life scouts, one step away from their eagle. It was about this time, I believe, that both of them also were honored to join the Order of the Arrow, which is an honors campers association where they are elected by their fellow peers. But now the going got pretty tough. They could no longer put off those more difficult required merit badges. Anybody that's been in scouting knows that's the task, to get through some of those hard ones. And now they not only had to participate in a service project, but they had to lead one as well. Jeffrey partnered with the International Falls Public Librarian Diane Adams and Rainy River Community College librarian Stephanie Olson to collect, catalog, and donate used books. Nicholas partnered with Coochin County Foresters Tom Morris and Tom Karate to construct a picnic pavilion at the Rainy River Wayside Rest near Birchdale. Now, finally, their eager projects are done. The merit badges have been earned. They have passed their board of review. Please advance and face the audience. They stand poised at the pinnacle of the trail, ready to receive scouting's highest honor. Congratulations.
It's now time for the highlight of our program, the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. Scoutmaster Steve Briss and Assistant Greg Crow, I'm sorry.
I don't need the mic, kind of like Frank. So we have a number of things, number of awards to present to these two, I don't want to say boys, but young men. They are both graduated from high school, and they are ready to move on down the trail to education and work along lines. We have, the first is Eagle Patch, which has a youth scout gets worn on the pocket, indicates the badge rank. The next is a neckerchief, and it has the eagle crest on there, signifying an Eagle Scout. And we have a slide to go along with the neckerchief, says Eagle Scout on the bottom, and Boy Scouts of America, and Eagle emblem in the center. And the last and most significant is the medal for the rank of Eagle Scout. At this time, we have, being an Eagle Scout is a national recognition, and there's a number of letters that these young men have received. Greg, if you would read the first one, it is from Representative David Dill.
This is from State Representative David Gill, addressed to Nicholas Riley, July 24, 2013. Dear Nicholas, congratulations on attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. Minnesota's most important resource is its fine young people who set a goal and achieve it. As the recipient of this award, you have demonstrated possession of commitment, leadership, and vision. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and have no doubt that this important achievement will be followed up by continual accomplishments, not only in scouting, but in your school and community as well. Best regards, David Gill.
Second letter I have here is a certificate of recognition from Mark Dayton, who was the governor of the state of Minnesota. The certificate is presented to Jeffrey Clow in recognition of your excellent service in your community with the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 4145. You have achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. Therefore, with the appreciation and respect of the people of Minnesota, the certificate is presented to Jeffrey M. Clow. I have hereunto set my hand and caused the Great Seal of the state of Minnesota to be affixed at the Capitol of the city of St. Paul, July 16, 2013. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great honor. It's also a great responsibility. At this time, I'd like to ask Adam Beachman to remind you of what is required of you as an Eagle Scout.
Jeffrey and Nicholas, during your time in scouting, you have learned and lived by the Cub Scout promise, the law of the pack, and the Cub Scout model. And of course, the Scout oath, law, motto, and slogan. Each time you were presented with a new code of conduct, the words were unfamiliar, and you struggled to memorize them. Later, of course, you could recite them as easily as you repeat your own name. They and the lessons they taught became a part of you. Making a new promise does not mean that you should forget all the promises that you have made. Instead, I challenge you to remember and live by all the promises and codes of conduct that you have made and agreed to follow.
Now finally, it's time for that Eagle Scout promise we keep talking about. Though the words are similar to those you've said so many times before, today they will mean more to you than they have ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you'll be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. Are there any Eagle Scouts in the audience? If there are, please rise. I'd like all the Eagle Scouts in the audience to rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout promise with our new Eagle Scouts. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
To the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training and example,
to make my training and example,
my rank and my influence,
my rank and my influence,
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contact with other people.
and in my contact with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Two. Gentlemen, be seated. Will the parents please step forward? Your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice with your mother. I'd like your mother to present you with the Eagle card. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with the Eagle pin. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail, so I'd like him to present the Eagle Scout certificate to you. In return, Nick and Jeff, I'd like you to present your father with the Eagle Scout pin. Guys, please be seated. Now it's time for the mentor pins. Jeff and Nick, would you invite your mentors up front?
Can I call Frank Edwards up, please? When I was told I would have to, give a speech and present this pin to the person I thought that helped me most in scouting, the only name really I could think of was yours. Even as far back as my time as a tenderfoot back in 145. Please don't run. Even then, sure, you're a few minutes late to the meeting or a day past the deadline, but everything always got done. And I don't think I ever thanked you properly for that. So it's probably a little bit late, but I hope this makes up for it. Thanks for everything, Frank.
Anywhere is great.
Take a pocket in your pocket.
And my mentor pin is going to go to the person who was there every Monday night for me, no matter if it was just him and I, Steve. There was many nights where we would go down and other scouts were busy with sports or something, and there Steve was waiting for me to help me. Thank you very much.
Nick was my coffee buddy at camp every year. I made it, he drank it. At this time, I believe Kathy Engelking is here. Kathy? Okay, Maxine, there's a presentation from the outside, I believe.
This is from Miller Pickering, our Grand Exalted Ruler of the Elks. Congratulations on attaining the high rank of Eagle Scout. The Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks of the United States of America has long been a proponent of the Boy Scout movement, and our past national presidents have served on the National Boy Scout Councils. Your achievements have been many, and we sincerely hope you will continue your devotion and dedication to the principles of the Scouts as to inspire other young men to follow in your footsteps. As you move forward in life, continue to uphold the Scout model and be a leader for the future. And this is also another one presented to you on behalf of the International Falls Elks 1599. Takes pride in presenting to you an American flag because you have demonstrated that your daily practice, the teachings of democracy, we are proud to call you our fellow citizen because you have worked hard to prove that you believe in the United States as one nation under God with liberty and justice for all, as the red, white, and blue colors on the cloth blend to make a beautiful flag, so the skills you have mastered have blended together to make you an outstanding citizen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we're very proud of you both.
Are there any other tributes, awards, presentations? Okay. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to present Eagle Scouts Jeffrey Clow and Nicholas Riley.